Nigerians will mark the Eid El-Adha festival amidst soaring prices of goods and services from different parts of the country. The story is the same. It is close to 100% rise in the cost of basic necessities for the celebration. News Central's correspondents Adesewa, Odusoga in Lagos and Marvelous Obomanu in the federal capital are in unison in reporting of hike in transportation fares. Here are their reports.
So if you sell for me 150, 150, 150, that's 450, I'll buy the 3.
Haggling here between ram sellers and their prospective buyers. It's barely 24 hours before the Eid-l-Adha celebration, and the prices have more than doubled. Convincing the buyers is clearly a tough job.
One of the prominent features of the Eid-l-Adha celebration is the slaughtering of ram, where Muslim faithfuls are enjoined to slaughter a ram as a means of sacrifice. But unfortunately, not every Muslim will be slaughtering a ram this year, and they say this is because of the prices of ram, which has more than doubled.
He refused 450 for 3. That's an average of 150,000 naira per. He refused. He's calling me 800,000 for the 3, which is an average of almost. He asked for 900, which is 300, 300, 300.
One of the factors affecting the hike in price can be attributed to the subsidy removal, which forced the cost of transportation to shoot up, affecting the price of commodities. Even the sellers are not having it easy.
Before, trailer can take around 700,000, 800,000. Now is going to 1.8, 1.6.
Owó ni owó tán fi sórí epo, so ẹran ti lọ sókè táwọn èèyàn bá ti débi tí wọ́n bá sọ pé àwọn ò wá jẹran ní 200,000 lọ tá a fi hàn wọ́n wò pé irú eléyìí làwọn rà ní 100,000 ní last year. Ní last year àìtárú àwọn eléyìí 100, 110 ẹ wò ó nísìnyí 190, 180 ní jálẹ̀.
Èló ni màálù eléyìí báyìí?
1.2.
1.2 million. Kò jálẹ̀
Bó ṣe ń ná last year.
Passengers traveling to different parts of the country to celebrate with families in their respective hometowns are also not having it easy, as the price of transportation have increased by more than 200% due to the increase in the price of fuel.
3,000 lambo. Once in Adebi by 8,000. I'm going to fi máa da lẹ́sìn àwọn tó tún bọ̀ 10,000 náà máa wọ̀ kó jọ.
I'm going to Kogi State, Okene. Used to enter it 7,000 naira, and now all of a sudden it just to 13,000, 12,000 naira. It's not easy.
Go come ìlú wa tá ń lọ báyìí sí lọ́sùn state wá sí kò sí 50,000 naira lè kó tá máa lò go come.
The Eid-l-Adha festival falls at the end of the annual Islamic pilgrimage to Hajj to commemorate the Quranic tale of Prophet Ibrahim's willingness to sacrifice his son Ismail as an act of obedience to God. The festival is celebrated with the slaughter of livestock, commonly rams and cows, and shared with family, friends, and for charity. Adesewa Odusoga reporting for News Central.
You can literally feel the excitement in the air. This is because for Muslim faithful in Nigeria, the Eid El-Adha celebration is one that comes with more joy and anticipation. It is also a time when the ram is slaughtered, with much significance to many of the Muslim faiths.
Today, we are at the popular Mpape market to fill the pulse of Nigerians who have expressed displeasure over the high cost of food items in the market. Before now, this popular market used to be filled to the brim. But of course, what we are seeing here today, reverse is the case. Some of them have called on the federal government to do something about the soaring cost of food items in the markets.
This year's celebration seems different, as it is the first for the new government. But unfortunately, it has come at a time Nigerians are battling with soaring prices of goods and services following the recent removal of petrol subsidy.
Some buy run, some didn't buy because they don't have the money to buy. Yes, but some, they have the money and they buy it.
The price of the things are high now. The Muslim people, even though they want to buy now, they will think like, okay, the price is high. Before they will buy now, they'll just buy little. The one that they have, they'll use to celebrate the Salah. If they don't have, they'll just sit at home. Because they will not go and still to come and buy things in the market.
Well, when I was buying market now, somebody thieved groundnut oil. So they start beating her. So my advice, governments are beg, more now reduce everything for us.
If Tinubu go fit change our Nigeria story, like e go fit change this our belle hungry, e go too make sense. Because the hungry is too much.
You can imagine tomatoes now that you're buying for less. You're getting tomatoes for little, for 700 naira and above. Just this 1,000 naira tomatoes is like the 200 naira we buy before. So things are quite very expensive.
Some Nigerians News Central spoke with think the inflation being witnessed might mar the Salah celebration.
People are suffering. To eat is problem. Talk more of. Now we get money, they celebrate Salah.
Since the morning where I dey here, no be like say Salah dey. Everything just dey dull. Month don't end. I will not see any before this month end. At least we will see difference. Say month end, people they enter market, they buy things.
Seriously, this our junction. If it's before like last Salah that just passed by this time, if you come here, you will not even see. There will be no chance for you to enter because everywhere will be occupied. But as you can see now, everywhere is just scanty.
People have been crying about the money. There is no money. There is no money, which is not supposed to be like that. And we know government are working. We know government are doing good. But let the government try more so that Nigerian people will enjoy their self.
This place have be full. You understand? But with people buying something, but look at this place be to show you that say people doesn't have a lot of money in their pocket.
While Nigeria's Muslim community joins the world to mark the Eid celebration, despite the current hardship being witnessed, many will see it as an opportunity to pray for the prosperity of the country. Marvelous Obomanu, reporting for News Central.
For more on the preparations of the Eid, we're joined by an Islamic cleric, Abideen Asubiaro. Thank you very much for giving us your time. Eid al-Kabir, according to Islamic tradition, permits festivities. Significant here is the killing of ram. Briefly talk us through the conditions for this sacrifice as provided by the Holy Book.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Nigeria. Good evening, Africa. Like we know, we are in the month of the Hijjah, the 12th month of the Hijra calendar, of the Muslim calendar. And this is the month which our members, our Muslim faithful, do go to Hajj, which goes along with our Eid El-Adha. At first, Eid El-Adha means the feast of sacrifice. The feast of sacrifice, which was established from the prophets Ibrahim, Abraham, which we all know as the father of faith. Making the sacrifice, the significance, and maybe it's compulsory on us or not. It's not necessary and it's not compulsory on all Muslim faithful to make the sacrifice, to do the Qurban, which is the sacrifice of the ram or cattle or camel. But it is compulsory on some people. If you know if you have been able to perform zakat, which is the fourth pillar of Islam, if you can be able to perform zakat, it is compulsory for you to make sacrifice during the Eid El-Adha to slaughter ram.
I think it's important clarification. Sorry, it's important you made that clarification that it's not compulsory for everyone, but for some persons, because the reports we just saw, there is lamentation everywhere, economic condition in a country.
That is where I'm coming.
Yes.
That is where I'm coming in.
Okay.
It's not compulsory for every Muslim faith. It is compulsory for some people to make the sacrifice.
So what I wanted to ask...
If you know you can perform zakat.
Okay. What I wanted to ask you is, what will be your counsel, your advice on how to adjust to economic realities without compromising the spiritual relevance of the celebration?
Yeah, very well. Even the Allah says, he said it does not have anything to do with the blood, the meat or the blood. It's not about the meat or the blood that reaches Allah. It is just about the fear of Him. Maybe you have the fear of Allah or you don't have the fear of Allah. You don't have to go, maybe you don't have to borrow or you go to all those cooperative to get a loan to sacrifice. Once the economic situation is not allowing you to slaughter a ram, at least maybe you wait for next year. And sometimes we can make it a group thing.
Okay. Religious leaders have...
You can call like...
Okay, the network is interrupting really badly. But if you can hear me, Abideen, religious leaders have always spoken about tolerance among people of diverse faith. But from time to time, events occur to query whether this message is getting to the target. Some say religious leaders have allowed politicians hijack the system, thereby creating confusion among the people. What's your reaction to this?
Confusion about, I don't get that question very well. Making confusion on...
Religious tolerance is something that all religion preach. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
So there are concerns that some politicians are hijacking religion to cause confusion among the people. I'm asking for your reaction, especially in this very holy period.
We have to go by the way of Allah. We don't have to go with the worldly ways. If any politician should bring anything to you that is against the tenets of Islam, I don't think we should go by it. We should always go by the way of Allah and the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's my own thoughts on that.
All right, Abideen, Asubiaro, thank you very much for speaking with us.
Thank you very much.